Well, hey, small group leaders, welcome to week 5 of Outlive Your Life. Hey, today I've got two very important people with us today. They're no strangers to you guys, I know, but Steve Parten from the Family Ministry team's here, and Jeff Holland from Life Care Ministries here. And guys, I invited them to be a part of this video this week because, last week we talked about what does it mean to plant churches locally and globally, and we talked about a very practical way to do that, and that was through compassion kits. And so I've asked Steve to share a little bit about that. And then this coming week, you're going to hear also about another way that we can give as small groups as we try to answer the question, how do we live sacrificially to outlive our lives? And so Jeff's going to kind of help us out with that. So Steve, I'm going to talk to you first, and just hey, talk to the leaders just a little bit about what are compassion kits for those who maybe missed last week. What is a compassion kit, and what is our goal as a church?
Cool. Compassion kits are real special and personal to me. Last November, my son Mike and I went to Dubai with a mission team from Pine Lake, and I saw firsthand why compassion kits are so important. We'd go into these labor camps, and we'd meet with groups of 25 to 30 Muslim men who'd be invited to a party, and they would be shared with that if you come to this party, you'll get a free gift. And at the party that we would share our stories from the Bible, our life change stories, and then we'd give out these little bitty kits called compassion kits. And these were simply little shoebox sized containers that had basic living items of personal hygiene, a t-shirt, maybe a calculator or a drawing pad. But also to have a calling card in it that would allow these men and women to call home to their families in other countries and stay connected relationally. But also they would receive the gospel a lot of times in their language through these compassion kits. And every man that got a compassion kit had just heard the gospel. And that's very key with these compassion kits. And so we came home and we're very excited for Pine Lake to be a part of helping supply compassion kits to this ministry. And so our goal at Pine Lake is that this first phase we'd be able to send 5,000 compassion kits. And most of these will be going to India, where each family will get a compassion kit. So more than one person will be blessed with compassion kits. And so we're asking families to adopt a compassion kit, or maybe more if you're able, where you take the resource list, you go and buy the supplies, and you bring it back in a Ziploc bag on collection dates. We're collecting compassion kits on Wednesday nights, the 2nd, and also the 9th and the 16th at every campus except for Madison, and at every campus on the Sundays of February 6th, the 13th, and the 20th. And there will be different collection points at every campus that are marked with signage where you can bring your compassion kit items in a Ziploc bag. We'll collect those along with a $10 check, which helps pay for shipping. And then our ministries and family will begin to assemble these in the kits, and we'll put them in big shipper boxes of 24 each, and then send them to India and also to Dubai. And the neat thing, Lee, is that every 24 compassion kits in a shipper box launches a church somewhere globally across the world.
That's amazing. That is amazing. I think our goal, Steve, for the church is 5,000
5,000 this first phase.
Wow. So that's a great challenge.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
So, well, thank you for that. I appreciate that. And so this week, guys, you're going to hear Chip talk about the call in our life as we outlive our life. It really does require us to live a life of sacrifice. And so I've invited Jeff Holland here today because one of the things you're going to hear about this coming Sunday is our care center here at the Reservoir campus. And I want Jeff just to share a little bit with you guys about what is the care center?
Yeah, great question. Back in the summer of 2009, Pine Lake really wanted to make a dent in the hunger needs of the people that are right here in our own backyard in the Reservoir campus. And so we launched the care center that would be a ministry that would provide food, help meet the food needs of those who are struggling financially here, those who are below the poverty level. We have so many of those folks that live right here in our own backyard. And so we launched this ministry believing that God was calling us to come alongside of them and to provide food for them. And so after it was launched in June of 2009, families were then able to come to the care center once a month, where they would receive about a 2-week supply of food. And then they can come back the next month. And so we know that for at least half of the month that we're helping these families to eat and to give them a good nutritional quality food that's going to help relieve that burden that they have. if they're in a position where they can either pay for gas to get their kids to school or for them to get to work or buy food, we want to be able to tell them, you buy the gas and let us provide the food. And it's just been an exciting thing to watch that ministry grow. We've grown now to where in 2010 we served over 2,500 families through the ministry of the Care Center.
That's amazing.
And that was about 7,000 individuals that we helped provide food for, not only right here in the reservoir area, that's our target, and about 84% of the people are coming from Rankin County, but we've actually touched people in 10 counties through the Care Center. And it's a ministry that's growing every month, where our average growth rate is about 24% per month, new clients that are coming to the Care Center. And that right now is about 300 families a month that we're caring for.
Wow. That's great. So to address that growth of 24% a month, I mean, how can us as small group leaders, small groups, how can we get involved and help out with that?
Yeah, sure. Well, one of the biggest things that we need is your prayer. Remember to pray for the Care Center weekly, because we're on the front lines. Pray for our volunteers that are there serving every week, faithfully coming, and they're meeting these people who are discouraged, who are helpless, who are hopeless, and they're trying to give them hope, and they're trying to encourage them, and they're trying to show them the love of Christ through a physical meeting of a food need, something simple that we can do. So pray for those volunteers as they serve. But also pray for the clients themselves. These people are living in the grips of poverty and hunger 365 days a year. And many of them are discouraged. They're without jobs. They've been hopeless and helpless for so long. So pray for them that this will give them hope, and it will restore some dignity and really meet some needs there. But another big thing is to give. If you give through Outlive Your Life, one of the exciting things is our vision to expand the ministry of the Care Center to all of our campuses, and to really see that grow, and to think that we as a church can make a dent in the hunger needs of Mississippi. So give to Outlive Your Life so that we can do that. But also, as a small group, you can do a food drive. You can go in your own neighborhood. You can put out little flyers saying that we're collecting food for the Care Center, and go back and pick that up and bring it in. You can remember us monthly. We gave out in 2010 170,000 pounds of food. So that means we need to have a continual supply, especially as the ministry continues to grow. Give to support the Care Center financially through the Matthew 25 ministry, also through the Outlive Your Life, but then make it a practice just to drop some food off. When you go to the grocery store and you're buying things for your family, buy a few things for the Care Center and bring it by, and we'll see that it gets into their hands.
That's a great idea. Man, thank you, Jeff, for that. I appreciate it so much. So guys, that's it for the week. I mean, you've heard some practical ways that you and your groups can get involved as we all seek how to grow and go and give to outlive our lives. So, hey, just two reminders as we close this week. Small group leaders at 11 o'clock this Sunday will be meeting in room E113 to really unpack session 5 and talk further about how you can break that down with your group that night or whenever you guys meet. And then, of course, this week is Super Bowl Sunday, and the children's...
Go Steelers.
Yeah.
Go Pack.
Yeah. So, their childcare will be provided from 4 to 6 this weekend, and instead of the normal time. So, guys, thank you so much for all you do. And Jeff, Steve, thank you guys for being here today. I appreciate it so much.
Thank you.
Take care, guys. We'll see you next week.